Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at a $2,400 gaming slash editing build. So if you're the type that wants to do like YouTube videos, nothing crazy, I'm not talking like 3D shit, just little simple videos, gameplay videos. I guess this will be a good build for you. If you want to spend 2,400, you can obviously do that stuff with an even cheaper build. You don't need to spend 2,400 just for that. I won't be naming where you can buy this stuff, like the stores or whatever, or the websites, because I always put that on the screen, so you don't need me to keep telling you where to go. It's on the screen, and I link everything in the description. So, yeah, let's get right into it. For the CPU, we're going to go with the AMD FX 8350. It's an 8-core processor. What more do you want? 8 cores is a lot of damn cores. And, yeah, it's $209.99. So since we're going to be overclocking this CPU, we're going to need a CPU cooler. So we're going to go with the Corsair H80i, and I use this one personally. Mine is actually with Corsair right now. They're sending me a brand new one because the pump was broken. But this CPU cooler is really good, and it's going for $99.99. So yeah, one of the best water coolers out there, and for about $100. So it's not that bad, I guess. If you want to go air cooling, pick up like a Noctua, something Noctua. They make like some crazy ass stuff, but beware with air coolers that you might not have enough room depending on what memory you use. So if your memory has high heat spreaders on there, so it might not fit with your air cooler. So double check that. For the motherboard, we're gonna go with the Asus Crosshair V Formula-Z ATX motherboard, and that is going for $236.81. And if you haven't noticed by the motherboard, what I'm gonna try and do with this build is keep it like I guess, because there's gonna be a window on the case that we're using, so it's gonna be more of like it's gonna be red on the inside, pretty much, is what I'm trying to get it, like everything. I'm gonna try to get everything to be red. I don't know why it's so hard to explain that. Anyways, let's go on to the memory. We're going to use the G.Skill Sniper series, 16 gigs, 2 sticks of 8 gigs each. This is actually running at 1866 megahertz, so if you want something better, you can get better. You can check my other video. I'll probably put this in the description too, to a link to 2133 megahertz memory from G.Skill also. And anyways, this memory is going for $159.79. For storage, now you can do things a little differently here depending on how you want to run stuff. What I decided to go for is the Samsung 840 EVO 250 gig drive. It's a solid state drive, and that is going for $186.34. Samsung makes like some of the best SSDs right now, and the Samsung EVO is pretty damn badass. For mass storage, I just went with the Seagate Barracuda 2TB. It's $95.33. If you want a Western Digital, it's going to be more expensive for a 2TB, but it's all up to you. Whatever you prefer, go ahead and get that. For the video card, you can get whatever you want here, because it's more of a gaming PC, but really you can choose whatever graphics card you want. I just went with the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 780. It comes with 3 gigs of memory on there. It comes with Batman Arkham Origins, and it's $564.98. The frame on this card is all black, so if you want something that has a bit of red on it, you can either go with the MSI 780 or the Asus GTX 780. They're like $10 to $20 more from Newegg also. So yeah, you can go with those as a side option, and they're not as long as this card. This one's 11.5 inches long. It'll fit in the case, no worries, but it's a really long card. So maybe if you want to switch out cases later on, you might want to get a shorter card just in case. And speaking of cases, we're gonna go with the Corsair 600T white graphite ATX mid-tower case. Now this is a mid-tower case, but it is freaking huge. It is fat. It's not really. It's the same height as like most ATX mid-tower cases, but it's fat. So I have this case. I have the white one. It comes with a fan controller on top, which is really nice. It controls up to 4 fans. It comes with 4 USB 2.0 on the front and 1 USB 3.0 on the front. And yeah, it's a really good case. And it's really good for cable management, because I suck at cable management and I seem to be able to fit everything in there, even though I have like everything stuffed in the back of it. So yeah, for $158.44, you can't go wrong there. And if you haven't noticed by now, the build is going to be white outside, black and red inside. So that's kind of the color scheme I'm going for with this one. You can change whatever you want in this. You don't need to go red. It's just, you know, just for fun. I made it red. For the power supply, we're going to go with the Silverstone Strider Plus 850 watt, 80 plus silver, fully modular power supply. And the thing is with this, it's 850 watts. You don't need that much to run a 780. You can go with a 750 watt or maybe like a 650. But the thing is, the 850 is $10 more than the 750. So for $10, you can upgrade to an 850. I just put that in there just because. So you can obviously, if you're going for a lower wattage power supply, it's obviously going to be less. So this is $138.55, and it's fully modular, so it's really good. You don't need to, you only use the wire, the plugs or whatever that you need. And I think Silverstone, if you ever have a problem with their power supply and you don't want to ruin all your cable management, I think they let you just unplug the plugs and just send the power supply itself, like without the wires and everything. So that's really cool, I guess, from them. I don't know what to say about that, but whatever. So I did add the optical drive and the operating system into this. So if you obviously don't go with an optical drive and an operating system, then it's going to be cheaper. So maybe about $200 cheaper. Anyways, for the optical drive, we're going to go with the Asus BC-12B1ST, and I actually have this one. It is a Blu-ray, DVD/CD writer, and honestly, I kind of regret buying it because I don't watch Blu-rays. I don't really care about that stuff. And I only kind of bought it to put the Windows 7 on my system. So yeah, I kind of regret getting it, but whatever. I have it now. I guess I gotta deal with it, right? It's $58.35. For the operating system, I went with Windows 7 on this. You can go with Windows 8. I went for Windows 7 Professional 64-bit. It is $139.79. If you want Windows 7 Ultimate, if you're really like you just want to go all out, that's like $200. It's about $200. You can get that. If you want a more modern OS, go ahead and get Windows 8, but 8.1 I mean. So it's all up to you there. And these are little accessories that I just added on, and these are actually part of the full price of the build. So if you take these out, obviously the build's going to be even more, it's going to be cheaper. And so since it's a red, it's a red color scheme that we're going for, the 600T comes with two 200 millimeter white LED fans, one in the front, one on top. So what I decided to do is to replace those and go with Bitphoenix Spectre Pro red LED 200 millimeter fans. They're $21.99 each, and you know, you put one in the front, one on top. And for the H80i, it comes with black and gray fans, which if you really care about looks, it's not that nice. And I'll actually throw up a picture of my computer and how you would see your computer if you were like sitting, if it was right beside you on the desk. How, yeah, just give you an idea of what everything would look like in there. So as you can see, if you looked at the picture, I have, like, you see the white ring around the fan. Well, that's the Corsair SP120 Quiet Edition fans. And we're gonna go for a 2-pack, and it comes with white, red, and blue rings in there. So if you're going for a red color scheme build, take out the rings on there and put the red one in. I think they come pre-installed with the red one, I don't remember, but it's not that hard to replace the rings on there, and that is going for $24.77. And that pretty much wraps it up for this build. You know, if you liked it, then go ahead and like. If you disliked it, go ahead and like still, and go ahead and subscribe. And by the way, I know I have a monotone ass voice. I can't help it, okay? it's just my voice. I try and fix it up, but you know, I'm not the type to run around screaming and shit like that randomly over nothing in my videos. So yeah, that's a 2,400. Oh, I didn't give you the total. Shit. The total is $2,408.19. So we're $8 over the 2,400 mark, but you know, whatever. Remove something from there and you'll go under that. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was a long video. I'll see you around another time, maybe when I'm not being lazy.